Out of 6 sessions, I have completed 2, and today is the 3rd session. Yes. So as you see here, can you see the Word document?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Yeah. So as per my information, these are the companies which have come so far, right? So
Yes,
that
sir. Yes, sir.
Flipkart, 8 students are selected. So after joining will be somewhere in January, no? Next year.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the TCS, BPS has come. Nil registrations, non-eligible. This is what I was told. The Decathlon, anybody applied Decathlon? What is the progress or rather status? Anybody knows?
No update.
Achha. 23rd October was supposed to be interview, though, PI.
DTDC that was.
TTDC was interview on 23rd. Okay. So PI completed, no? Held on 23rd. 23rd October. So we're waiting. Result. Okay. However, DTDC, nothing. Nothing is known, no? No information, shall I say?
No, sir.
No info. We'll keep it. Pansi madam, no? She is the coordinator. Am I right?
No, sir, Jashri.
So that is Jayashri.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
Yes. Sir, for DTDC, Jashri ma'am is there.
Sorry?
For DTDC, Jashri ma'am is there.
Achha. What about Decathlon? I thought it was Pansi madam. I remember. Anybody knows? Nobody? I think people have applied, no? People have applied. And then ATS Corporation?
Sir, DTDC Ponzi ma'am is coordinator.
Achha.
Oh, sorry. DTDC nahi. Decathlon Ponzi ma'am and DTDC Jayashri ma'am.
Right. So that is what. Correct. So Decathlon, no information. DTDC interviews completed on 23rd. Awaiting result. Right? Sorry. And awaiting result. ATS Corporation, Jayashri Handeman. 14th October. What was this? 14th October. What will happen? Interviews. Anybody knows? ATS Corporation. Today, project training. And RPAC, I think today is supposed to be interviewed. No? Aditi is attending. This is what I just saw the email. Right? So, any other companies which are missed out?
Sir, TCS came twice.
Achha. So, TCS first was BPS and second one is
So, for MBA freshers, sir.
BA. MBA.
Sir, let me see the JD 1 second.
So, that is, they're also same, no? Package 5.7.
Yes, sir. 5.7 is fixed.
Yes,
Pan India
5.7.
recruitment. It is general recruitment, sir, of Pan India recruitment.
Right. Freshers, MBA freshers.
Yes, sir.
So, when was it? Again, Ponsi madam is coordinating?
Yes, sir. Ponsi ma'am is coordinating.
I think, yes, I saw the Google Sheet also. I think some people have applied it.
Yes, sir. As per the records, Hasnain and Nishant applied, sir, in Ops batch.
Achha, Dishant and
Hasnain.
Hasnain.
Yes, sir. There are total 37 entries, and only Hasnain and Nishant I can see both, sir.
Okay.
Nishant and Yash Garg also. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I applied.
You have applied?
Yes, sir. Total 3. Asnain, Nishant, and Yash Garg. 705.
And then you will get some preference. No? You can ask for a higher pay and all that.
Sir?
In your interview, you can ask no, for more salary.
Yes, sir. For experienced candidates, they can ask, it seems.
Right.
Generally, TCS honor the experienced candidates as per their criteria.
And already you are already on sabbatical, no? You are from TCS.
Yes, sir. Actually, I had a word with Ponsi ma'am. She told connect with the senior who are already in sabbatical and rejoined. They just
Acha.
gave me the contact details, sir. I'm following up, sir. So
Very
that
good.
to follow the onboarding and everything. And all.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah.
Thank you.
And so TCS, any other company? That's all. So 7 companies. Then we have what is that? Express Bees. Logistics.
Sure.
Sure, right?
Yes, sir.
Sure, joined. PPO. Is there today? Sure. I will see. Acha, Aditi is there. Aditi, you are supposed to have your interview, no, today? Hello, Aditi is there. I see Aditi. Aditi, you are there. Hello. Okay. She don't. I see her name, but she don't respond. Okay. So that's all. Any other company? Uh, nothing happened. Okay. Right. The second was about the group assignment, technology management. The last couple of classes I was trying to get an update. I forgot about the classes. So hydrogen group one, I think Teja, you have sent the document, no report.
Yes, sir. Anshul, I have sent. Yes, sir. We have
But
done it.
PPT I have not received. Have you sent the PPT presentation? Because I wanted
Sir,
to.
let me see, sir. I think it is already PPT also almost done. Let me see and check up with the other guys.
And then
By EOD, I will send it, sir.
Yes, sir. PPT is almost done, sir. We will send it by end of the day.
oh,
Yes, sir.
right. And then second group two, Harshad, Shivam, and Shreyas. Anybody there? The class? Nobody is there? Harshad, Shivam, anyway is not there. Shreyas, Harshad is there?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Really, the last date was over long back. 23rd October, revised.
Sir, in a global warming. Okay, got it.
What happened?
Nothing, sir.
Sorry.
Nothing, sir.
No, I didn't get what you were saying. Yes, Harshad. So, but when are you going to submit? 23rd October. Today we are already on 10th. 3 weeks delay. And it is like this now. Technology management. Bowser sir is going to take 2 more classes. One on this Friday, and probably next will be next Tuesday. And my plan is next Friday. We'll have one small class test based on the topics covered by Bowser sir. Okay, that will be for 20 minutes or so. And then followed by I would like to have a group presentations. So that is why I would like to have all the presentations. Hello? You are able to follow what I'm saying? Hello? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Clear.
So, Arshad, talk to your colleagues, Shivam and Shreyas and Parallel. Have you started to work on that or still pending? Arshad? Yeah. Okay. Right. You are completed. Okay. Great. Right. So today we'll start with this session on total quality management. Last class, 2 classes, we discussed the operations management subject. So far in the interviews, whatever interviews you all have attended, were there any questions asked either on quality or supply chain, logistics, operation? Anybody would like to say something?
Sir, in the Flipkart technical interview, they asked about the warehouse, some warehouse concepts.
Okay. With inventory and
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
which is again comes basic concept. Nishant was saying no. So Nishant, have you appeared for any interview so far? Nishant? RPAC. Oh, okay, okay. Today you had an interview. Okay. What was the questions today?
No, sir. Yesterday I had attended,
Okay.
and I was actually asked about my work experience
Uh-huh.
and my strengths and weaknesses,
Uh-huh.
and what I know about RPIC and questions for them. Only these four.
Okay. So
Nothing nothing much about supply chain they asked.
nothing related to the subject knowledge. Okay.
No, no.
The RPAC, what do they do?
Sir, they provide packaging solutions and they provide a brand and trim packaging.
Okay. Very good. Very good. So a lot of relevance to
Sir, actually, I did not get shortlist in second round, sir. Actually, yesterday was not yesterday.
ah,
2 days ago was an interview,
okay.
and for the HR round, I did not get shortlisted.
I think Aditya has been shortlisted. I saw some mail.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then today I think he's supposed to be interviewed 10th. That's what I saw in the email. So
No, sir, it is 18th.
18th, huh? Okay.
Yeah, offline.
Okay. Good. So good. So only Anshul said that. And then what about Flipkart is okay. What about any other companies you have attended, any of you? Because what I'm trying to see is that the purpose of this comprehensive review module is to take a recap of the subjects of the first semester. But generally, our feedback and observation is that companies do ask all basic things. So basics of marketing, basics of finance, basics of supply chain, things like that. So we thought it is very good. This was suggested by the Tailwind team. The Tailwind team is already taking you through a lot of modules, right? The campus readiness and the mock interview. Tailwind, have they conducted any mock GDPI so far?
Yes, sir. They are continuously conducting the mock PIs.
Okay. And
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
very good. And then what type of questions they ask? Is it subject knowledge related or general? For your own personality, your hobby?
Sir, we had personality test mostly.
Okay. Very good.
Sir,
So
normal HR questions.
all HR. Okay. What are your expectations? Why you want to join? What are your strength weaknesses? Okay. And anything important thing happened in your life? Okay. How do you manage your personal, social, professional life, things like that? What are your career objectives, things like that? In fact, you'll have many more rounds of that. And I think last year they also called some corporate trainers or corporate HR people for conducting the test interviews also. So that also they will do that. So all that is. So they are taking care of that. So we thought through this comprehensive review module, I think Gayatri ma'am has already covered a couple of subjects. So I'm going to cover this. And then we are inviting Sudhakar sir to take couple of sessions of project management, which is also very important. Because last year, 2-3 companies came for project management related profiles, so we thought it was better to have that. And many of the companies, they ask about process improvement, PQM, Six Sigma, ISO, okay, world-class manufacturing. These are some of the questions they ask. Okay, so that is why we thought it's better to cover these also. Right. So let me run through this particular presentation. Well, basically, when we talk about the quality, there are 3 levels of quality. One is at the organization level, process level, at the job level or task design level, at the operating level. Like what we have decisions, at the strategic decision, design decisions, and okay, process decision. Something similar to that in the quality also. Okay. So the organization level, the meeting external customer requirement, more at the strategic level, vision, mission, quality policy, and things like that. So any of you have seen vision, mission statement or quality policy of any company? Hello? Anybody would like to share? Anybody, any company there you come across the quality policy or vision, mission statement of any company or organization? Anybody can share? Hello? Nobody? Shivam has joined.
Yes, sir. For Flipkart, I read it somewhere that for Flipkart the vision is to become the Amazon of India, and their mission was providing an good customer experience.
Okay. Okay. So in general terms. So, but friends, I suggest you read up this, So that is why today I tried to collect some documents. Okay. Nestle, which is a multinational company. Okay. So this is their quality policy. Sustainable creation of value. Guarantee product and full compliance. Okay. Ensures enhanced preference about consistency and zero defects. Engage everybody's commitment across a complete value chain at all levels of organization to build their destiny. So this is a sample statement. Let me share any other company we have. For example, the bank, HDFC Bank. HDFC Bank, this is their quality. A service organization, one of the first or second topmost private bank in the country, and highly profitable. I think the last 22 quarters, quarter on quarter, they are increasing their profit level. And have the lowest NPA ratio. You know what is meant by NPA? Anybody in the class?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Non-performing assets.
So what is the meaning of it? What do you mean by NPA?
Sir, if the non-performing asset of a company increases, it is not good. It might be uh, some default loans,
Correct.
something like that, given to like companies who are in bad business.
Right.
Uh, so
The
if
borrowers
there is
pay back the
any
loan
delay,
what they have taken.
ha.
Right. And for your information, Indian banking sector today, the total NPAs are to the tune of 40 to 50 lakh crores. Now, the majority is by the public sector bank. And you also must have known the news media also. A lot of people, for example, the Reliance Ambani
Sir,
Group.
that's why there is a concept of bad banks right now,
Yeah, also
introduced
is
by
coming up.
Ministry of Finance.
Current government is formulating a bad bank where they'll transfer all these NPAs to that and then they'll sell off those loans to the private sector companies. They also have asset reconstruction corporations, things like that. So why I want to tell you all this general knowledge is also very important because HDFC Bank also comes every year for recruitment. So I thought we should know this. Okay. So their quality policy talks about security, trust, innovation, integrity, people care, all soft aspects of the quality. Whereas when we just saw Nestle is about a product quality, trust, quality product, and then customer service and things like that. Whereas here everything to do with the security, trust by the customer, innovation, how innovative is the bank, integrity, customer centric, other things. These are some of the aspects of HDFC Bank. And then let us look at one of the vision statement. Okay, so our own IT business school vision statement, which was made quality. This is our quality policy. ITM program focuses on enabling the student to demonstrate his proficiency and apply contemporary knowledge in different management domains integrated with the latest technologies and tools in an effective manner in any kind of organization worldwide. Okay, so very, very important. Technologies, very important. Contemporary knowledge, business knowledge, different management, and also demonstrate proficiency. So these are our objectives. That is why the whole course curriculum, the training, the grooming, the projects, okay, the engagement with faculty, so many other activities, processes will help on that. Okay, and then this is the vision statement to have a transformational impact on students. And then vision to develop student-centric course curriculum, adopt a practical and interactive teaching methodology. And mission 2 to create a pool of economically strong and motivated teaching community to foster quality education. And the third part of the mission is to impact the society in a positive way by developing students with humility to learn continuously, develop values and ethics, professionalism, social consciousness, and organizational responsibility. Very important. So that is why year after year we invite our alumni to interact with you people and get to know what is happening. So this is very important. Okay. So this is the sample of mission statement. Right. So that part is over. Now let us look at the second part, the process level. Okay. So the meeting needs of the internal customer, because for any organization to maintain quality, we need to have internal processes, which you also studied in the BPM class, if you remember. Okay. So business process. Then that we also talked about what is the business process, or what is at the process level, sub-process, sub-process. Okay, and then the task level and activity level. Right? So like that, we have discussed that, and also understood the basic concept of BPO, then BPR, and business process improvement, business process transformation, all those things we talked about. So most of the consulting companies, their job is to look at the process management of the company and analyze and understand and then suggest ways to improve the process. So this is very important, because that is how the organization will work effectively and produce a cost-effective product and service. And second aspect of the process management is the ISO standards. Okay, so what is ISO actually? Anybody know? Anybody understand what is ISO?
International Organization for Standards.
Right. Yeah. Yes. Sorry. Yes. Anybody else? How do you? What is meant by ISO?
Sir, it is a quality standard set by the organizations that every company should follow this quality norms.
So this is a set of standards created by the participation of almost 200 countries way back in 1970s, and that has been transformed. Earlier it was ISO 9000 and 1991. Then now recently it became 2015. The latest ISO is 2015. Okay. So having said that, ISO what it says is basically simple meaning is document all your processes, whatever you are doing. Just now we talked about business process management. So document all your processes and then follow that process, whatever document you are doing. Okay? So it is a complementary to each other. First you document everything and then get it ratified, verified, certified by a third party. There are quality certification agencies are there. Any of you know who are the auditors or quality certification agencies? International, national. Anybody knows? Anybody remembers? If somebody asks tomorrow, any company, one of them is BVQI, okay? Bureau Veritas, is a Dutch-based company. Second one is, of course, the IRS, Indian Register of Shipping. And then third is DNV. And there are many more other companies. Okay? So these are certifying agencies who are part of the ISO organization. They are authorized. They have auditors. But I tell you, many of the IRS, in fact, 2-3 years back, they took 2-3 of our students and our operation supply chain students, and then they worked there for 2-3 years, and then they got the opportunity. If you work with any of these BVQI or DNV or RIS, so yeah, okay, I got it. So what happens is that you come across all the top companies, because most of the top companies go through the certifications, and you will come in contact with their senior function, vice president, general manager, quality control head, HR manager, CEO. Okay, so you develop a very good network, and of course, to become an auditor, you need to go through a quality certification process. But IRS conducts this program, IRQL they call it. Okay, so they conduct this certification program. They charge around 20,000 rupees, and if you get your certification, then you can join any of these companies, and you get very good career, and also you get very good package also. Some of you think of that. In fact, your seniors, super seniors, all of them got through the certification also. 3 of them, they got through that. Now, this process management, how do you do that? Okay, so this I would like to share an example of Tata Steel, how they manage the process. So it is not that what we're talking is something theoretical. It is actually implemented by the companies. So this is how Tata Steel has created a framework for their process. Product and service processes, support processes, supplier and partnership processes. So all these are documented. Very, very important. And also business results also they are. Action plan. So these are some of the right. So this is about the process management. Human resource, information analysis, customer market focus, strategic planning, leadership. So all these are part of the Tata Business Excellence Model. They call it as PBEM. It follows that the Baldrige, Bank of Baldrige award correctly, quality management system, which we have discussed. So this is about the process. And at the performance level, operating level, job level, task design level. So meeting the requirements of accuracy, completeness, innovation, timeliness, and cost. Okay? So for this, we have various QC tools, which we'll discuss little later. So now let us understand what is the difference between expected and perceived. Okay, expected quality is that what as a customer you will need. Okay, they expect. For example, if you are contacting a bank or a mobile service center or any government organization, and nowadays most of the communication through online, through email, or through telephone, or through mobile. Okay, so or through WhatsApp, or even Facebook, or social media. Okay, so how the customer contact personnel? They should be polite and prompt. They should be asked. For example, yesterday my network was down. So immediately I called up the new broadband person. Immediately Archana called, responded. She said, yes, sir, there is a problem in your area, the hub, what we have. There is a power breakdown there. So because of which you are not getting your transmission of the network connectivity. So sorry for the inconvenience, and we try to be up by 1 o'clock. But yesterday our class was going on, if you remember, Bowser service class. So immediately, fortunately, I had my mobile, I connected, and the whole class I attended through my mobile. So that is how you get the update. And then by 1 o'clock, by 12:50 also, promptly the network came back. Now, what is perceived quality? Anybody know? Anybody can tell me what is perceived quality? Hello? You all can hear me? Aditi, you can speak. Your mic is on. Aditi, hello.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yeah. So Tomin or Faisal, anybody else would like to
Yes,
respond?
sir, yes, sir.
Yeah. What is perceived quality? What do you mean by that? Expected and perceived.
So the quality the customer feels or he sees.
He presume
Yes, sir.
or assume. You know? For example, to give an example, you go to a theater. Okay. Now latest, who is that? That Kumar. No? Which Kumar is that? Hero. Bollywood hero. Is
Sir, Akshay Kumar.
no, not Ashok Kumar. Now latest current, I forget his name. Ajit Kumar or Anup Kumar or which Kumar is that? He comes on ads also. I forgot his name. Okay, his film got released no last week. Anybody knows that film? Surya. Surya. I think.
Surya, Jai Bhim, sir.
Ah,
In Telugu also it is released, all multiple languages.
ah. So JD. Which Kumar is that?
Surya Kumar.
Ah,
Surya Sivakumar. Actually, his full name is Surya Sivakumar.
ah. His film got released and people went with a lot of expectation. But what happened? Was it the perceived quality was achieved? Or
Yes,
not?
sir. Actually, it is a OTT release, but it was huge hit.
Ah, okay.
Huge blockbuster, sir.
But it was a blockbuster. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And they already, I think, after they have collected around 100 crores, 80 crores, 100 crores. Okay. The first 2 weeks. So that is how, no? Whenever we see, for example, the Rajnikant film, which came, I think, last week only. Some film. What is that? I forgot the name. Athidi or Attaya or something. Okay. So his film also, I have told it went out very well. Akshay Kumar, one film has come. That also became a
Suryavamshi, yes, sir.
right. Okay. So, for example, whenever we see that announcement of these, we perceive or presume that film is going to be good. Okay. Like that. No? So, this is that, and then how, what exactly happens. Now, in terms of the customer service personnel, how proud they are and how polite they are. So, that will give you the expectation. And outcome versus outcome. So, because these are some of the things you should understand. Now, let us look at daily life, examples of quality tests for health and hygiene, because which is what nowadays a lot of problems are there. No? Now, I've told COVID is just going on still, it's almost tapering off. Now we are hearing about Zika virus and dengue. I've told Delhi hospitals are all fully overloaded with a lot of cases. Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh, okay, Delhi and Bombay also quite a few cases came. And then Canada also, I told cases are coming up. And okay, and then what do you call, even in the Karnataka, few cases in Bombay also. Zika is another dangerous, which is also coming up. So, because of all these viruses now, we think, water, hygiene, health, these are very, very important. So, and they say that dengue, you know how dengue spreads or what type of mosquito is that? Anybody know?
So, it's Anopheles mosquito, they say.
And
It
then
spread through stagnant water by breeding eggs.
not only that, it happens during the daytime. Otherwise, most of the mosquito might take place during the night, when you are sleeping. So that is why they said they should you should have a mosquito net and all that. And I'm told even the clear water, daytime, the mosquitoes breed and they come and bite and then create. And I'm told there is no treatment. There is no proper medical treatment for them. So I would like to advise all of you, especially those of you who are residing in the northern states, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Rajasthan, Punjab, and other places. Hilly area, so because now winter is coming up, it is likely to spread more. Okay. And also south, there was a lot of rain, Chennai and Kerala and all that. Still rains are coming up. And because of rainwater also, this can happen. South also there are problems. So you have to take. So one is most important is water, portability, fit for drinking for us. How do you test? How do you check? How do you make sure that you get a clear water, clean water? What do you do? What are the precautions you take? Anybody?
Sir, bleach powder general.
Yeah, correct.
In villages and all, they keep bleach powder across the drainages to stop the spread and all.
They do the chlorination also. Plus they
Yes, sir.
also add alum. If you have a tanker water or a water in your house or a well, what you do generally you add some alum and then it will settle down and then all the mud will settle down and then filter out the water. That is the simplest old method. Alum is actually salt. And of course, most of the municipalities and cities nowadays, they have a water filtration plants and then they go through a lot of carbon filtration and everything. And plus, most of our houses, we have AquaGuard and other DDT. Yeah, but DDT is dangerous, they say. DDT is actually only applied on the roads and surfaces around to kill any bacteria or germ. Okay, so that is also
Sir, it is also used in pesticides.
pesticides. Yeah, correct. It is also dangerous. India, after all, is one of the few countries we use a lot of pesticides so that pesticides are coming into the food supply chain also, which is affecting a lot of children and all that. And the puffing of cans and bottles. How do you check that? How it happens? Because if the package, because nowadays most of us we buy canned food or bottles or Tetra packs, and if you find some bubbles and if the top of the can it gets expanded, you see a bubble, or
Yes, sir.
then you should not use that after the shelf life is over. Disinfectants and time kill tests, these are also important. Antibacterial fungal tests are available, and testing for claim insurance. Okay, for example, if you meet with a car accident, a third-party surveyor will come, insurance company, first will lodge your claim. The insurance company will notify, they accept, then they send a third-party surveyor, and then they sort of create the what do you call do the inspection on the site, off the site, and everything, documentation, and then based on that they assess the claim, and then they give you the settle the claim. Okay, so these are some of the quality tests for health and hygiene. And all. Okay. So these are some of the aspects of quality tests. And then customer-driven definitions of products. Confirmation specification, fitness for use, value for money, support provided by the seller, customer services, psychological impression, okay, image, aesthetics. Okay, for example, if you are buying a fashion garment or a mobile handset, you look at the aesthetics. Or if you are buying any consumer appliance, okay, refrigerator, or a washing machine, or a TV, you always look at the aesthetics, appearance, image, okay, how it looks like, and then decide color, combination of colors. So this is how customers we define. And then of course, after the product is sold, how the customer provide the customer service. Very, very important. Okay. Nowadays, most of the companies, especially online retail, online sellers, they have the return policy. You can always return the products, and then they take it back and they create your account, and then next time when you do the transaction, you can utilize that return amount to buy other products or services. So this is how you provide the customer-driven growth. So these are all about the product. What about the service industry? Service industry, there is what's called measure the quality by moments of truth. Moment of truth. You must have discussed this in your service operations class, right? What is the moment of truth? Anybody? Hello? Hello? Moment of truth?
Sir, when the customer actually uses the product.
Product. Or every customer contact is a moment of truth. For example, this happens in a hotel or in a mobile service center, contact center, call center, or in a bank, or a cinema theater, everywhere, all the service organization. Okay? So, for example, airline, when you go to the airport for boarding, the customer service executive, how they help you in clearing your ticket, confirming, verification, and they take care of your luggage and putting on the conveyor, proper tagging, identification. All these are part of your moments of truth. So many transactions are taking place, so many touch points. We have discussed this, if I remember. The Swiss airline, Scandinavian airline, how they do that. Millions of touch points for a customer. Or even a pizza boy, or your online service, Reliance Retail or Amazon or Flipkart, when they come to your doorstep and deliver the products. The way he dresses, the way he addresses you, and then he'll ask you for your OTP or whatever it is. And then if it is a cash on delivery, okay, how they handle the change, how they give that. Yesterday, in fact, day for yesterday, the Reliance executive came. So my bill amount was 460 rupees. So I gave him a 500 rupees note, cash on delivery. He said, no, sir, sorry, sir, I don't have change. So I gave him 500. I said, okay, take care and then give it. Then he said, no, sir, what I'll do is I'll come back in 1 hour time and then I'll give you the change. And to my surprise, within 10 minutes, he went somewhere, brought the change, and he gave me 40 rupees or 50 rupees note. And then he told me, sir, do you have 10 rupees change? I said, okay, yes, I gave him 10 rupees. So, I mean, I was expecting that. I don't know. I was not sure whether he will come back or not, but he came back promptly within 10 minutes and he gave back 50 rupees and I gave him 10 rupees. So, this is the promptness and also the moment of truth, how satisfied you are. Okay. Ability to either satisfy or dissatisfy when you contact them. Okay. What is the service recovery? This is another important word. Anybody knows what is service recovery?
Sir, to satisfy the dissatisfied customers.
Oh, so that means whenever there is a defect in the service or a deviation in the service, okay, that becomes a deviation or a problem or a quality defect. Okay, wrong service or something has happened. Okay, so how you rectify that problem and then provide more better service or going out of the way and then helping the customer. Okay, and then you take care. That is what is called the service recovery. Very important. Okay, so this is. Who is the customer? That's important. So all they have is that. The next person, individual in a workplace, receiver output, customer may be external or internal. External customers are those who buy your product and services. Internal customers are individual department who use our output as their input and we become their suppliers. Okay. So I'm going a little fast. Now let us look at the examples of internal customers. For example, you are the purchase department. So the operations, manufacturing, or even the marketing or sales department also will become your customer. Okay. In many organizations, what happens now? There are many product services which you offload. The purchase department directly orders on the supplier, and then they deliver it, and then they hand over, then they dispatch to the customer. That is what is called the third-party purchases. You must have discussed this in the material management. Have you discussed this? Third-party service provider, 3PL logistics provider, third-party service provider, third-party buyers, okay, third-party organization.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, they're very important because a lot of things do happen. A lot of organizations go through this to avoid. In fact, many times, you give that contract, the customer will complete the product or service and deliver directly to your customer. It won't come to your organization also. Okay, so directly invoice on you based on the invoice acceptance. You deliver to the customer, and then based on that invoice, you make the payment. And then for that, you get the confirmation from the customer that you have received the product or the service. And then your inspection or the customer will inspect and approve the product, and then he will clear the invoice. Confirmation of receipt. Okay, so there is one document called for that, POD. Anybody knows what is the POD document? Hello, POD. Anybody knows? POD stands for proof of dispatch. Okay, For example, most of the courier organizations, they do that. DTDC or Blue Dart or which are a courier. So when you send a consignment, so the consignment reaches, Blue Dart reaches the customer, and then you get a confirmation. Nowadays you get through WhatsApp, through email, or through any other social media. Okay. There is called the proof of dispatch document. Okay. And the product management, marketing, manufacturing, sales is the customer. And for finance, who is the customer for the finance? Either manufacturing operation department or the sales. Okay, so this is very important, right? These are the customers. External customers, most of us we know, because they are the people who are buying our product and service. Those are the ultimate users of your product. Whereas the internal customers also there is there. So when we are discussing about TQM, this internal customer also becomes very important. Okay? And then now we come to the customer satisfaction. All customers want to be satisfied. Okay, that is a basic norm. There is no compromise on that. That is a given thing. And customer loyalty is only due to the lack of a better alternative. Okay, if a customer doesn't get a better supplier or a better source, he will come to you. So that means you always should ensure that your customer becomes loyal to you by giving always a better and better service or a product. Okay, and giving customers some extra value will delight them by exceeding their expectation and ensuring their return. Okay, so that delivery after delivery, supply after supply, they take care of it. Okay, for example, day for night, suddenly my wife was complaining about some problem, so I immediately contacted the nearby shop who has been supplying for the last 1.5 years, home delivery. And you don't believe, within half an hour he came and gave it at 10 o'clock in the night. So this is how you create that customer delight. Okay. So, and then for that, what is known as the voice of the customer. Anybody knows what is meant by voice of the customer? These are some of the terminologies. Friends, you should know that.
So customer feedback.
Customer feedback. Very good. Yes, this is one way we can convey the voice of the customer. Okay. So the voice of the customer is basically based on the product features, characteristic, specification, okay, methods, controls. Okay, these are some of the things on which the voice of the customer will happen. And many organizations they measure and they have processes to measure that. Okay, and the customer feedback, word of mouth is very, very important. Okay? As we are speaking now, you are always trying to judge how am I, in terms of the delivery, knowledge, the content. Okay, so this is very important. So the average business only hears from first 4% of the customers who are dissatisfied. And of the 96% who do not bother to complain, 25% have serious problems. So that means effectively 24% or 1/4 of your customers always have some problem or other, but they don't want to convey. They convey, right? So this is very important. This is based on some statistics and survey. Okay, and then 4% of the complainants are more likely to stay than are the 96% non-complainants. So the moment that a customer complains, doesn't mean that he is not happy. He is not happy with you. He is unhappy, but there is a fair chance that he will come back. Because why he is doing that is he is conveying his dissatisfaction, and if you take a corrective action, and if you satisfy all his problems, then he will come back. Okay, so this is very important aspect of the customer feedback. Okay. And if customers find that their problems are solved, 60% of them will come back to you. And also, 94% of them will stay back if their problems are resolved quickly. So what do you mean by quickly? Within half an hour, within seconds, within minutes. Like yesterday I was telling you, that customer executive from that new broadband immediately responded, and then by before 1 o'clock, the service was restored. So this is how you develop a loyalty or a customer satisfaction. A dissatisfied customer will inform between 10 to 20 customers. Hey, bhai, don't go there. They are good. They are not bad. They are not good. They are very bad. Okay. So that word of mouth publicity, no, will spread much faster. Okay. So that is why you have to be very careful. And a good customer or a happy customer will convert only to 3 or 4 from them. He will not promote, saying that, so and so product is very good, all of you should buy. No, not that. No. That sort of a tom or publicity is not done for a good product. Whereas a bad service or a better product will get much higher public. You all know that. Okay. For example, a terrorist is a terrorist, is known. A thief is a thief, is known. Okay? A good Samaritan, a good social person will always do his service without much publicity, without any halagulla, like that. So this is very important. You should know that. Okay. So now, how do you define customer needs or how to determine? So there is one Japanese economist or a marketing expert called Kano. Okay, he has developed this Kano model. So let me share that slide with you. So what Kano talks about is that he defines customer requirement. As, let me go back and open that. There is some problem in my computer. What is happening? Show the documents. All right. Let me see if I can open that. Nothing is happening. Okay. Right. Okay. Now, Kano model talks about how to determine the customer needs. So for that, he has come out with this. Okay. Now you are able to see this, all of you.
Yes.
Okay. So he talks about basically there are 3 types of needs, customer needs. He talks about. One is the basic needs, performance needs, and exciting needs or delighting needs. And then there are other categories also, indifferent. Also there is another category. Okay. And of course, customer doesn't bother whether they are there or not. If they are there, it is okay. But if they are not there also, there is no mistake. Now, what are the basic needs? These are must have. Very important. Performance is which will help in a better performance. Like for example, a car. Okay, you should all performance parameters should be such that you should run, you should brake, you should accelerate, and you should give a proper efficiency in terms of so many liters of petrol, so many kilometers per liter, and you should have all the safety features. These are some. Whereas there are exciting things, certain things, that all the electronic gadgets, so many other devices, which they provide, social media contact, or things like that. So many other things which they are providing nowadays. Some extra colors or some other features outside, inside the car. I'll just give an example of a car. Similarly, for example, refrigerator, if it is Bluetooth enabled, then you can always remotely control. Similarly, your air conditioner, your house, you are able to on and off before you reach the home. So that will be sort of a delight. So these are some of the things. And then, basic needs, if you don't give, then the customer will go away. So that is very important. Whereas performance and excitement need will provide high quality performance. Okay? So this is how they have here defined that. So I would like to show a short video of this. Let me see if I have that. I think I already have that. What about the basics?
Some people make fun of me when I wear a sari.
How's it going, product people? This is Victoria from Product Plan, and today I'm going to.
So this is a 3-minute video. All of you are able to see the video. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'll just play it. I think I'll have to shorten this. Okay.
Discovering the Kano model, a critical first step to understanding your customers better than they understand themselves. Research has proven that the decisions customers make when buying products and services work at a conscious and subconscious level. What this means is, in order to be successful, we must understand our customers' needs much better than our customers can articulate them. The point here is simple. Customers are only able to give you part of the formula for success. So if this is true, how can we gather all the necessary requirements to consistently design winning products and services that deliver on value, quality, and innovation? Part of the answer lies in a model developed by Japan's professor Noriaki Kano. His model describes 3 distinct and unique types of customer needs that occur at a conscious and subconscious level. If we miss any of these, we'll likely end up with a lukewarm offering that's not very competitive or profitable.
The model starts with a set of axes where 3 types of requirements will be plotted. The vertical axis is a satisfaction level, from very satisfied on the top to very dissatisfied on the bottom, and neutral in the middle. The horizontal axis objectively describes how well each need has been executed or fulfilled. All the way to the right, the need has been very well executed. All the way to the left, executed very poorly or not at all. We'll give you a product and service example to illustrate the 3 categories of requirements. Let's start with a product example. Fuel economy on a car. So the first of 3 types of requirements are called performance requirements. Performance requirements can both satisfy and dissatisfy the customer, depending on how well they're executed. These requirements are at the top of your customer's minds and consciously evaluated when deciding which product or service to buy. Customers will typically speak easily about these needs when asked what's important. If the vehicle gets 12 miles per gallon, you'd likely be in the lower left of this model. 24 miles per gallon here, and 65 miles per gallon here. A service example, let's say, is check-in time at a hotel. If the hotel takes 10 minutes to check in, you'd likely be here. 3 minutes here, and 20 seconds up here. This is what the performance needs look like.
The second type of requirements are called basic requirements. Their presence doesn't directly add to satisfaction, but their absence will result in extreme dissatisfaction. These are the requirements that customers typically don't give much thought to or even talk about, unless they are violated. They are the givens, items that are expected and taken for granted. A product example might be a car door's ability to miss a standard curb when parked next to it. If it hits the curb when opening the door, customers will obviously be quite upset. If the door easily clears the curb, the customers won't even notice and their satisfaction remains neutral. A service example might be providing the right temperature in a hotel's conference room. Too hot or too cold, the guests will likely be very uncomfortable and verbally complain. If the temperature is perfect, customers likely won't even notice. Their satisfaction will remain neutral.
The third and my favorite type of requirements are called the excitement requirements. Kano originally called these attractive or delighters. These are the innovations that differentiate you from the competition. Some people call these the wow factor, or USPs, unique selling propositions. They delight the customer when delivered, but don't cause any dissatisfaction when missing. They also play a critical role in the success of the most profitable products and services because they're often linked to emotions and unmet or latent needs. A product example of this might be a car that can't get dirty, so it never needs to be washed. Or how about a cell phone that never needs to be charged? If either of these are missing in your next purchase, you'll be neutral. But if they're present, your satisfaction will likely soar. A service example might be a hospital that will order in a meal from a patient's favorite outside restaurant and deliver it to their room. Again, you won't be dissatisfied if you didn't get this service, but you'll be delighted if you receive it with very little or no extra charge. Excitement requirements delight the customer when they're present, but don't result in any dissatisfaction if they're absent.
Another important detail about the Kano model, especially excitement quality, is how the requirements can jump categories over time. History has proved that what is exciting today will be asked for tomorrow and expected the next day. In other words, excitement qualities will become performance and eventually basic. A few examples of this phenomenon are cameras and internet access in cell phones, power steering in a car, pay at the pump in a gas station, and free wireless internet in most coffee shops. All these were unique and great innovations at one point in time, but are common practice today and expected by the customers. The new learning point here is the need to continually prime the pump with new ideas and innovations, because those excitement qualities will differentiate your products and services for only a brief period of time before they're copied, circumvented, or adopted by all of your competitors.
Two additional but relatively rare requirement categories to mention in the Kano model are the indifferent and reverse requirements. Indifferent requirements are the features or needs that customers don't care about if they're present or absent. Reverse requirements, even rarer, are the features, needs, or attributes that decrease satisfaction when present and increase satisfaction when they're missing. Also, although we won't go into the details in this fundamentals video, there's also a method called the Kano survey that researchers can use to determine and graphically plot which of the 5 categories all of your product or service requirements fall into. Check out the Kano model.
Okay, so you got that idea. So what is the Kano model? So what he says is, over a period of time, some of the excitement needs will become either performance or basic needs. He gave the example. Similarly, in terms of the basic need, he says in the case of a hotel, the shorter the check-in time, higher is the satisfaction. Whereas in the case of fuel economy of a car, higher is the kilometer per liter, or for a two-wheeler, higher is the kilometer per a liter of petrol, okay, and better is the satisfaction. So you have to look at each sector, each product, each service, how you define that. So you got an idea about this Kano model. Okay, this is very important because this will determine tomorrow when you join the organization, when you are designing a product or a service, you need to keep these 3 basic aspects of basic need, performance needs, and excitement. And basic needs anyway must, they are required, they are part of your basic design. And while costing also, you need to look at that. Okay, out of the features or product or service which you are providing, which are the basic needs there anyway, you have to charge the customer. The performance also you have to charge. Whereas excitement needs, you have to charge a premium for that. Okay, for example, earlier, okay, the Wi-Fi in a hotel, they used to charge, but now it has become a part of the basic requirement. They are building into the package of the room rent itself. In such a way, they are costing it, so it becomes you don't pay extra for that. So that is how, over a period of time, the excitement needs and performance needs, the basic needs go on undergoing change. And basic needs itself will change. Just to give an example, the very definition of white goods, white has become a long back, 20, 30, 40 years back. Most of the consumer appliances, whether it is a refrigerator, washing machine, haircut, all over white color. Okay? Because the painting technology was not so much developed. And thereafter, most of the companies like Whirlpool, GE, Samsung, and all these companies, they have developed multicolor painting technology. So they started coming out with a different color. That is how today, if you go to any showroom, you see different colors of fridge and AC and other appliances. Okay. So that white goods, which was a basic requirement, no, if you want to buy it was a white color. Whereas at that time, if somebody gives a different color, it became an excitement beyond what you expected. Okay, so this is how the whole terminology becomes very important. Okay, while defining your quality or customer. So just to give an example of a typical Bombay taxi, I told this is a taxi which exists in Bombay, which has got all these uh, features or accessories or the facilities in the car. You know, right from first aid box, postage stamps are no more required now, stationery, calendar, watch, okay, pen and pad, railway airline timetable, complaint book, suggestion box, newspaper, okay, tape recorder. Because most of the radio taxis, whether it's Ola, Uber, nowadays they do provide all this. They have become a basic need. But long back, sometime back, these were some of the excitement requirement for the customer, how to delight the customer. So your quality of product and quality of service will determine that. Okay. So this is all for today's discussion. Now I would like to spend a couple of minutes now discuss some of the points. Okay, what we have discussed. How do the service quality differ from the product quality? Anybody would like to respond? How you differentiate service quality from the product quality?
Sir, product quality and service quality can be differentiated by see there is this product like suppose a phone. I am buying a phone from Samsung, so
Right.
that I will test its quality. If it is non this thing scratch resistant or everything, that will be its product quality. And the after selling, how the company is providing me service, that is the after sale service. That
Right.
will be the service quality.
Very good. Very good. So that means what you are saying is, in the case of a product is more of a physical, tangible.
Yes, sir. Tangible, intangible.
Okay. Okay. Yes, Teja wanted to add something.
Yes, sir. The same point I would like to add is product is a tangible quality. I mean, we say the tangible features what we are seeing and how we perceive it from the product as a feature where they are working or not. And
Right.
intangible thing is how we are getting the services if there is after the sale is made or during the sale, how we are getting treated and how we are treated by the company people. This comes under service quality.
Right from your mobile communication, online contact center, service center, like that. For example, if you ring up any call center, product Q tangible. Arshad, service is intangible, product is tangible. Right. So, for example, if you call up ICICI Bank, that 12-digit number, 10-digit number, oh God, how many buttons you have to press? Press 1 for this, press 2 for that. But they are also promoting a lot of their product and services through the call center. So with the result, by the time you reach your ultimate customer service executive, you would have spent almost 3, 4, 5 minutes. Of course, most of these numbers, I think they are free toll numbers, but all the same, you end up spending a lot of time. So that is also another problem. And then you all must have heard about the Sarukwal model. Hello? You must have discussed this in the service operations management. Anybody? Yes or no? You can type in the chat box.
That's the service quality model.
Sarukwal model, which was developed by Jaithal and Parshuram. Okay? 5-step model. Okay? I will not discuss this now because you go through that later. If somebody asks, any of the companies ask, you should be able to explain this. And in the case of product quality, what are the cost of quality? What are the 3 or 4 parameters? Anybody? You remember? Last class only we discussed 15 days back. Ritvik, Tome. Okay. Anybody else? Shreyas. Anybody would like to? Hasnain Khan. If they are there. Aditi, you are there. What are the cost of quality? Elements of cost of quality. I know. Definition you are talking. What are the components of the cost of quality? I talked about prevention cost, appraisal cost, failure cost.
Yes, sir. Prevention cost, appraisal cost, the internal and external failure cost.
Perfect. Yes, 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 Aditi. And then what are those components in the service? You please read that. Okay, I will explain that also. What are the components of the cost of service quality? Okay? These are some of the aspects which they have asked. Okay, a company like TCS and other logistics companies, which are all in the service sector, they may ask you these questions. Okay, so this is very, very important. Right? Okay, so next class will take up the further discussion. Further points. Right. So I am planning one more class on Friday. Friday, I think you have a class, no, about 10:45 to 12. Technology management, masters will take. So I would like to follow up immediately 12:15 to 1:30. We'll take up the second part of TQM, that is actual TQM implementation, TQM model, TQM framework, and other things. Okay. Right. So any other thing? Any other would like to talk about? Okay. So let me stop the presentation here. Stop share. I got the attendance sheet also from the computer, so I'll go as per that. Yeah, Aditi, you are able to speak. Your mic is on. You had interview for the RPAC yesterday or today? Or so when is the next round? Okay. Very good. That will be at the office. They are coming. That is at Gansoli, though, I think. Oh, yeah. Good. All the best. And the RPAC, they are into packaging business, no? Packaging design development. Yeah. Please read up all the relevant literature information. Go through the company website, find out what are the technologies they use. Okay. And then new packaging technology, new packaging material. And you can also talk about sustainable packaging, reusable packaging, okay, recycling of packaging material. And also there are countries in Europe and Japan, as per that government regulation, the supplier of the product, he is supposed to take back the packaging material. Whereas in India, there is no such thing. For example, you buy a refrigerator or a washing machine. What they do, the company, the dealer person will come and, give the whole package with the carton and all into your house. They'll open that, they'll install it, test it, and then they'll go away. Okay. So thereafter, what you do, you have to take care of the complete package material. Nowadays, they give you so much packaging. The carton will be there, there'll be wooden parts, there'll be metal parts, plastic parts, thermocol, all these things. So generally what we do, for example, if you buy a printer comes in a complete what you call the thermocol packaging material, and disposing that is a big headache, You can't simply throw it outside because nowadays, especially in Mumbai, there is no garbage bin outside, You are supposed to keep it at the doorstep. The sweeper will come and pick it up, and then the municipality van will come and they'll pick it up. Okay, so you have to take care of everything yourself. So, whereas in many countries, the manufacturer or the supplier is obligated to take back the material and then recycle that. So these are some of the laws, packaging laws which have happened. And then there is also packaging commodities order is there, Government of India order. So please study that so that you get the information more. Yeah. Okay then. So friends, we'll meet on Friday. Okay. Thank you.